Hey everyone, welcome back along to my channel. It has been a little while since I last uploaded. That is because I have been insanely ill. 4 weeks, 2 weeks pretty much bedbound, 1 week kind of mobile, and then last week kind of slowly regaining my energy and feeling better. So it has not been a fun Christmas. It's really not been, but I've recovered. I've got over it. So I finally kind of feel I've got the energy to get back out. I'm still not up to full health, so I am today just down a little spot on the seafront. I'm not going to go too far. The cold weather's getting in on my chest quite a little bit, so I've got to be. I can't overdo it. So I'm not going to do too much today, but it's an opportunity just to get myself out, make the most of feeling a little bit better after spending a month completely wiped out. But I am out today with my Mia, my nice 3D printed Mia 4x5. I have got some film holders loaded up with Fomapan 100. I'm hoping they're going to be okay. I say this because I loaded them in a film change bag, which was far too small. Normally I do all my film stuff in my loft, because normally I can just put a thingy over the hatch and the thing's completely blacked out. But I decided a while back to put some spotlights in some of the bedrooms below, and now it's not light proof. So I did light proof off an area, but I thought, I've got a film change bag, I'll use that. But it was way too small, so I either need to get a new film change bag or one of them film change bag tents, I don't know. So there might be lots of fingerprints on them, and when it gets frustrating you get a little bit sweaty on your hands, and it was not a fun experience. But hopefully they're fine, so that's what I'm doing today. Now I had planned to start the new year off. I normally start the new year off with a nice trip out somewhere, but I was wiped out New Year's Day. Not from drinking, just from general illness. But I was going to start the new year off with a new pinhole camera. Unfortunately, due to a large amount of time off work and Christmas and kids, finances haven't allowed for this just yet. I'm kind of pulling some funds from sites where I've sold a few bits, and from the wonderful people who support me on Buy Me a Coffee. So hopefully I'll be able to pick this up soon. If you want a hint of to what this is, I've recently done a blog post, I'll put the link below, for what my top 5 large format pinhole cameras are for the new year, if you are thinking of getting into large format pinhole photography. So I'll put a link below for that, so you can go check that out. But otherwise, let's get out. It's mostly boats, fishing boats. I think there's some old boats. I'm hoping for a few maybe seascapey stuff. I'll just see what the tide's doing. I think it's on its way out. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Hope you enjoy. And yeah, let's get going. I am proper feeling the cold at the minute. Right, I've had a little wander along. Like I said, I'm not going too far today. I'm going to try one here, maybe a few along the top there, then I might just drive off somewhere else. So just see how it goes. Get the camera out. I'm using this. It's a Z tilt head, which means you can touch the camera at the top. Basically angle it in some pretty funky directions. It's alright, it works well. It's quite good with the pinhole camera. It's got a little leveling base, just to keep everything nice and level. Yeah, it works alright. It's a bit fiddly, but oh, this is cold on the fingers. Now the Mia's got a nice filter holder, but I think I've forgotten all my filters. So many pockets in this bag, I don't know, I might have them somewhere. Anyway. Right, I'm just going to get a quick meter reading. I'm using an app on my phone. It is F16 light meter on Android. Now this one does have some pinhole apertures, so I can do an F80. I've got a 100 speed film. Let's see what we got. That's coming up with a 8-second exposure, and then we add the reciprocity or Fomapan, which gets me a minute. Oh dear. So the other option is I can stand develop this and shoot it at 400. So let's just do a quick meter reading on that. See. Keep them exposure tones down today. That's 2 seconds, which gives me about 6-second exposure, 6-7 seconds. So I think that's a little bit better for me today. Hopefully that came out alright. My hands are, since being ill, I've got a bit of a wobble at the minute, and it's so cold that as I was setting the camera up, I couldn't keep it still. So I used the dark slide as a shutter just so I wasn't touching anything. So I've switched back to a normal ball head. Shouldn't need the tilt Z plate thing anymore. It's handy if you've got a wide camera, you're not capturing the legs, you can just push it that much further forward. But I think I just need a day I'm not so wobble. Right, hopefully that came out alright. 7-8 second exposure, I think. I'll just count it off in my head. Right, let's go find something else. Right, I'm just going to try this quick shot with this old sign. I'm sure I've done one of these before further down, keep off the rocks, and during the exposure ran and jumped on the rocks to kind of make this image, but I've not got the energy for that today, so just one off the side. have a bit of sun. I don't feel like I've seen that in a long while. Right, I found some old boats. I think they're old. Right, I've actually found my filters because I'm more shooting into the sun. I had a much shorter exposure, so I've put the filter on, which is now giving me about 20 seconds. But the light's changing, so we'll just see. Hopefully the filter is clean. I do not know. Anyway, this is the shot I'm after. Okay, so this is what I'm going for of the lifeboat launching station. I'm leaving the red filter on, which got about a 30-second exposure this time. So being the wide pinhole camera is, it should capture quite a lot of that surrounding, and we've got some nice sky clouds behind it. Looking quite moody. Right. Dark side out. So this is an old pleasure boat. They used to be parked up all along the seafront. Many years back, they'd have hundreds all the way along the coast. But when I was younger, they'd had a couple down here in Eastbourne. And these structures would roll out into the sea, and the boats would come up, and you'd go for a pleasure ride off around the lighthouse and stuff. Unfortunately, they're rotted away now, but I think they are slowly restoring this one to something. It's sat here for many years. I have photographed it before, but I quite like this front end view. I'm coming down. I was debating whether to go portrait and just kind of get that. I quite think of the landscape and get some of that path and some of the clouds and stuff over there. So that's what I'm going for. I left the red filter on because the exposure time seemed quite low. 3.5, 16-second exposure. So I quite like the look of this boat. I'm just struggling to what side to photograph. This is a little bit darker and a bit more run down, but I like the movement from this. This side's certainly a cleaner shot, a little bit lighter. Probably from down here. straight on. Nah. Okay, so I've set it on this side for the shot. It's not as clean, but there's a lot more going on, so I'm hoping to get a bit of movement with this up here and the stuff. I've got a little bit of stuff in the foreground as well. But this is my last shot. It's just about another 20 seconds. 2. Right, well, I am back in the warmth of my van. That's starting to get to me a little bit. I got through 6 shots. I always do 6 because I develop in the Mod 54 developing tank, and that holds 6 sheets of film. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the photos. I'll be doing a little blog post about this shoot as well, and all the photos will be there. So feel free to go check that out. Plans for the year. I'm going to try and get out a bit more regularly. I'm not going to push it too much. I want to do kind of a bit of a point of view series. I was watching some videos while I was suffering, and I quite liked it. Someone obviously either attached to a head or his body, and then it's just kind of like this really nice point of view series on some work he was doing off. So it's something I kind of want to do. I need to get a clip-on mic for that though. So that's something I've got to sort out at some point. Obviously, I do want to get a new pinhole camera as well, which I mentioned earlier. And yeah, just really hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's and have a wonderful year ahead. And thank you very much for your continued support. And I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.